Hey everyone, Adam from Passable Media. As is tradition, I'm going to front load this with a please like, comment, share and subscribe if you enjoy the video. It hardly needs saying anymore, but it works better than asking at the end. There's no way you haven't already seen it, but just in case, the card in the top right is a link to the Spiderman No Way Home trailer, and there's also a link in the description. If you pause this and go watch it, I'll happily sit here and wait. Done? Seen it? Great, let's go. There's so much to go over in this trailer, but I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about how what we've seen so far compares to the One More Day storyline in the comics. Cliff Notes version, in the comics version of Civil War, Peter unmasked by Tony's side, announcing to the world that he is Spider-Man and has been since he was 15. This wasn't the biggest issue in the world, because he had Tony's financial backing to keep his family safe. That is until he flipped sides in the conflict. The Kingpin hired an assassin to kill Peter, but they missed and shot Aunt May instead. Peter pays a visit to the Kingpin in prison and beats him to within an inch of his life, and warns him that if May dies, he'll be back to finish the job. Not that it matters, because everyone has now seen Fisk bleed. And now we come to part of the reason that One More Day is such a hated storyline. Peter has a lot of friends, doctors, wizards, gods, and so forth, and yet somehow none of them can help Aunt May. Peter absolutely batters Iron Man, demanding that he help to make up for what he did. On the face of it, he does not, but he secretly sends Jarvis, not the AI, the man he's based on, to make sure she's cared for, along with a solid chunk of money. Despite virtually unlimited wealth, nothing can be done. Doctor Strange, Beast, Hank Pym, Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Doom, T'Challa, Storm, Kurt Connors, Dr. Octopus, and a whole host of others all send him away with no solution. That is, until Mephisto, the devil, seeks him out. Here is the source of every one of the X character is Mephisto comments doing the rounds online. The moment MCU Peter's identity was revealed to the public, comic readers were convinced that Mephisto's appearance was an all but certainty. Mephisto asks for Peter and Mary Jane's love in exchange for saving May. Mary Jane quibbles over the fact that Peter's identity will still be public knowledge, and he insists that in exchange for taking a love so pure as theirs from the one he hates most, implied to be God or his Marvel licensed equivalent, he will include the removal of Peter's identity free of charge. Mary Jane insists there's one more thing she wants, for Peter to have a chance at happiness, and offers him something Peter doesn't hear. That, we quickly find out, is their unborn child. Peter's identity is removed from the public knowledge, Aunt May is restored, and Peter and Mary Jane never got married, breaking up after he was late to their wedding, and thus never conceived their second child. The first was believed stillborn, but was either kidnapped or killed by Norman Osborn, but that's a whole other thing. The point is, decades of continuity got flushed down the pan in an instant. Did I say Cliff Notes version? So basically that entire saga is being shifted onto Doctor Strange's shoulders for the film, similarly to the comic released more recently that gave the non-Mephisto reason everyone remembers as to why things happened like they did. Basically as a quick and dirty rationale for Mary Jane to remember the events and for Peter not to realise. Now the jury's still out on what the consequences of the global mind wipe will be. On the face of it, in the short term, we seem to be getting a mini Spider-Verse event with at least Electro, Sandman, Green Goblin, Lizard, and Dr. Octopus from other realities coming together to form 5 of the Sinister Six. Likely this will mean visits from Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, as this is like the worst kept secret in Hollywood. But wider than that, we seem to have Peter Parker and Spider-Man being separated into 2 distinct beings. Is this the long-expected way in which Sony will have their Spider-Man cake and eat it too? 2 versions of Tom Holland's Spider-Man in 2 slightly different universes? Maybe, maybe not. It all hinges on whether Sony will allow Tom Holland's Spider-Man to continue appearing in the MCU going forward. Indeed, if he does stay in the MCU, having MJ, Ned, Aunt May, and Happy in particular not knowing his identity will definitely cause him trouble in the short term as his support network evaporates. Hell, will Doctor Strange even remember him post-spell? It seems unlikely given how much we've already got going on here, but will we see the MCU's Mephisto make an appearance? Honestly, I'd say wishful thinking, but I wouldn't write anything off in its entirety just yet. Heck, at another point in the trailer, we have a lawyer that, without seeing his face, would seem to be Matt Murdock, which, given how much Marvel have been driving home that the old Marvel TV shows, and in particular the Netflix adaptations, existed on parallel Earths, make this the perfect opportunity to introduce him. One thing's for sure, this is going to be a massive film, and I know we often say that a film or a show is going to, quote, change everything we know about the MCU, but literally from the trailer alone, it seems that while Loki opened up the multiverse, it's going to be this and WandaVision that truly contribute to the multiverse of madness. With Tom Holland's future at Disney up in the air, this film is truly going to change the MCU forever. But more than anything else, any lore or world building to come out of it, I just really want to see this damn film. Shang-Chi and the Eternals might not be enough to make me skip the 45-day wait and go back to the cinema, but I categorically will not wait for my favourite superhero's latest film to come out on Disney Plus to see it. Congratulations Marvel, you got me. I'm gonna go and watch this the instant it comes out. I've been Adam from Passable Media. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.